In this video, we're going to look at the president's dual roles. The president is responsible for overseeing executive functions, all the functions associated with the executive branch of government. That is the part of the government that runs the country. The legislature has the power to make the laws. The executive has the power to implement and execute those laws. There are ceremonial aspects of it, but there are also operational aspects, kind of like running a company, the day-to-day operations of the government. Often these are divided into two domains, the ceremonial and the executive. The executive responsibility are the operational tasks like overseeing federal agencies, being the head of government, and running the country. Ceremonial functions are typically fulfilled by a head of state. Now, there are two ways of dividing up the responsibility. In a parliamentary system, they use a dual executive system. What that means is there are two roles. There is a head of government, like a prime minister, that is responsible for the day-to-day running of the country. There is another executive figure, the head of state, who is responsible for the ceremonial things. So the dual executive divides the responsibilities in two roles, ceremonial stuff and functional stuff. Now, the United States uses what's called a unitary executive, whereby the responsibilities are fused into one role. The head of government and the head of state powers are all vested in one person. That is the President of the United States. So the president will need to fill their executive functions. For example, being the commander-in-chief of the armed forces and giving direction for the military to engage in certain operations or not. The symbolic side, the head of state, the president is also responsible for holding state dinners and greeting dignitaries from other countries. This weird executive arrangement leads to some strange optics. For example, 1 minute the president might be in the Situation Room launching missiles. The next moment they might be pardoning a Thanksgiving turkey, which is a ceremonial function. Then they might be signing into law some sanctions against another country, and then they might have to go back to meet with a sports team at another ceremonial function. So their time is split between very significant substantive issues and then ceremonial ones that are more superfluous. So to recap, the president serves two roles. There is the head of state functions, that is the ceremonial aspect of the job, and then there are the head of government functions that are the more executive operational aspects of the job. This can sometimes lead to some weird optics as the president is engaging in very different tasks throughout the course of their day.